Welcome back. All right, I think it's important to note that yes, this is an Empire jersey with a Rebel hat. If my hat and my jersey start fighting with each other during the video, I apologize. Also, it's the first time I think I've worn this in a video. Palpatine senators. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about some movie and TV stuff today because why not? So the Flash has flopped, and I kind of thought that was what was going to happen. Again, the negative coverage on Ezra Miller for years now, I think, has undermined the movie. And then, I don't know, the reviews just seem kind of lukewarm. Again, for me, somebody who watched the entire Flash series, my torture watching that series has been well documented on this channel. The reality is, I've seen Flashpoint. So, yeah, I mean, look, this is going to destroy the world. And, yeah, I went through that with Flashpoint before. And, yeah, Zod's in it. I don't really care. But so it's made $87 million in total in North America. It was a $200 million budget. So when you look at a budget like that, I think it's half the money for the budget they then spend on advertising. So for this to make its money back, it would have to make roughly $300 million plus. The problem really is DC in general. DC, of course, is doing some kind of a reset. They've got the Aquaman movie coming out. Blue Beetle's coming up next month. I don't know. DC is kind of a mess. I'm not saying Marvel's in great shape either, but Marvel's still definitely ahead of DC. I really think DC's problem was they tried to rush themselves to the Justice League movie. Instead of taking their time and building it up the way that the Avengers did, they just, we better quickly throw this together because look what the Avengers movie did, and it's just been downhill ever since. So I'm not surprised that The Flash has been a flop. Not on the board is the movie about the Transformers, which seems to have kind of flopped as well, which is a mild surprise to me. Although there's a lot of blockbusters that need to make a lot of money, and there's only so much money to go around, especially people going to theaters. Do people still? I'm just kidding. Obviously, I've gone to theaters a couple times myself recently, and I do plan to go again. If Vaughn takes the kids to see Elemental, I could probably be talked into that because it's a Pixar movie, but Elemental's been underperforming as well, which seems to be the storyline right now. Across the Spider-Verse is back to first place. It made, I think, $19.5 million this weekend. $316 million total in North America. And I can almost guarantee you a cartoon movie isn't going to cost you $200 million. So there's a lesson in here for Sony. There's a lesson in here for a lot of companies, but I don't know whether or not they're going to pick it up. I just think that budgets have gotten out of control, and here's an example why. So No Hard Feelings, which is a movie with Jennifer Lawrence. I really want to see it. It looks funny. Jennifer Lawrence is one of my favorite actresses. $15 million opening. Now, for The Flash, that'd be a huge flop. However, because No Hard Feelings had a $45 million budget, again, you got to think it'll probably have to make about $60 million in order to recoup the amount of money that was spent on it. 15 million, so it's probably going to make about 40 million in North America. It's going to make more overseas. It'll make back its money. It's not going to be a huge hit, obviously, but it's still going to make back its money. And I think we'll see more money from studios going towards the lower end of the budget. And I don't know, come up with a new story. Come up with something new. Again, The Flash, I've seen Flashpoint. I don't need extra Ezra Millers on my screen. I just don't. And I know apparently he's really good. I know he's really, really good at being the Flash. I don't care. Grant Gustin's the Flash. And come at me, bro. Grant Gustin put up with that crap writing for almost a decade. Yeah, to me, he's the Flash. And I would hope that he gets a chance to play the Flash on a big screen movie setup kind of thing. And I would love to see that happen. So CW has continued their cancellations. So CW, a network that never made money, has decided they want to make money, and the best way to make money is to stop producing their own shows and use syndication, use shows that don't cost anywhere near as much to produce, and put those on. And so for the Flash and Arrow and that whole Arrowverse that was created, that's why they're gone. And they've also doubled down. They've gotten rid of the Winchesters. They've gotten rid of Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights had a hard time getting off the ground. It's sad. But the one thing that's notable is, so all these shows get canceled, they don't get picked up. They don't get picked up because there's a limited amount of money. There's a limited amount of time that people have. And I think Hollywood has finally started to realize there's too much streaming. There's too much content. We cannot possibly consume all of it. I think it's hurting the box office. I think that it's hurting TV ratings. I think it's hurting the whole industry right now. That there's some really good stuff out there, but you have to subscribe to every service in order to catch all the stuff that's good. And it just, not everybody's going to want to do that. And it's funny because whenever you see a solution for this, it looks an awful lot like a network that solves the problem. So yeah, canceled shows aren't finding a way to find a new home. We'll see if that continues to be the case. I would think yes. Networks are usually pretty clear on what's going to go forward and which shows are going to be on their networks pretty early in the year. And so if you're going around right now looking for a pickup even mid-season next year, most networks are already going to have it all set up. Plus, they're going to look at the ratings you got on the network you're leaving, which on CW, ratings? CW never had ratings. Definitely cult following for all their shows, but they never had ratings. This is part of the reason why when Legends of Tomorrow got canceled and there was this big push to try to keep the show. And I understood it, although I thought Legends of Tomorrow, it had kind of run out of steam. I actually didn't finish that final season. I kind of got far enough where I went, all right, yeah, that's probably good. We'll probably just leave it there. So there is definitely some of these shows were getting long in the tooth, but now they're canceling all the young ones as well. These shows haven't had a chance to grow into whatever they're going to be, and I feel bad for writers. And right now, of course, you got the writer's strike going on, which keeps everything up in the air. But upcoming, I want to watch this movie, The YouTube Effect, which is interesting because, of course, I'm a YouTuber, but it's a fascinating look at how YouTube has changed the way we consume media. YouTube has changed everything. And how Google paid a ton of money up front for YouTube, and at the time, it looked like maybe that was a bit expensive. But it kind of ends up being a bargain because with Google being such a massive company with such a huge presence online, and YouTube, this platform here being nestled in with Google, it definitely makes a heck of a lot more money now than it did when they bought it, right? And of course, there's a Gran Turismo movie. I gotta watch that. I just do, and I know it's going to be kind of silly. I know they're going to Hollywood it up because you have to. You have to add some kind of spice to it. So it's not going to be exactly the life story of the guy who ends up going from Gran Turismo to being an actual race car driver, which is a cool idea. But I play Gran Turismo every day. I would never be a race car driver. But when I play online, some of the guys online are so much faster than I am playing with very similar cars. And so obviously they have, the whole wheel and pedals set up and everything. And I think that's great. I do. I mean, if there are actually players who are going to play Gran Turismo and maybe look at actually being a race car driver at some point, hey, more power to them. Again, I don't think I could do it. If somebody wants to offer to get me behind the wheel of a really nice sports car to go around a racetrack, I'm okay with that. I'm totally willing to take that offer. But yeah, I don't see myself going through Gran Turismo and winning a chance to become a race car driver. I'm not that good. One thing that I've never had any delusions about myself as a gamer. I have never thought I'm a really good player at video games. I can be okay. I can get to average. But once you're looking for more than average, you're probably looking at the wrong guy. It's much the same with sports a lot of the times too. I would play all the various sports that we had at school. I could be good. That's about it. Great? No, you're probably looking at the wrong guy. Good? I can get to good. That's about it. And I would say as a YouTuber, I would probably make that same argument. I can get to good. That's about. And honestly, if you're looking for an icebreaker on a date, well, what kind of a guy are you? I'm good. I wouldn't say I'm great. I'm a good boyfriend. I don't know about great. I can kind of be a pill after a while. Any ex of mine will agree with that. Anyways, yeah, so there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hey, and me going off topic at the end of the video, that's thrown in for free. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And remember, it's now the off season in the NHL, so I will definitely be producing more and some varied content as well. I've got some ideas for videos I could do on this channel. I didn't just get a new bike for no reason, so there's some fun stuff I can do there. But hey, thank you guys so much. And I mean a bicycle, not like a motorcycle. I'm not crazy. I've been on a motorcycle once, and I was like, that's probably enough. Actually, technically, it would have been twice, because I get on the motorcycle to go to where we were headed, and then I realized I have to get back on the motorcycle to go back, or I have to walk 5 miles. I want to walk 5 miles? Anyways, so yeah, it's terrifying to me. But that again, that's to me, and again, that definitely tells you he's not going to be a race car driver, right? I'm not a huge fan of going that fast, and when you're on a motorcycle, it always feels fast, even if you're only going 50K. All right, thanks again for all your support. I will talk to you guys soon enough.